You seem especially broody today.
Does it bother you? Should I stop?
No, don't stop. But could you add some smouldering to the routine, just for me?
Moulder?
Oh, and while you're at it, perhaps some cold insolence.
You want me to smolder and be cold at the same time? Those don't go together.
Shush. Don't distract me with your logic.
Champion, it seems you've become less a friend to the Templars in the years since your ascent. But surely you can see the Knight Commander directly now, should you wish. What would you have of me?
I just wanted to see how an old friend is doing in this difficult time.
After what happened in Ferelden, I told myself I would never again question the purpose of the Order. But it grows harder each day to tell whether I'm serving the Templars or only the Knight Commander. It may be that they are no longer one and the same.
The Knight Commander needs vigilance and obedience in these trying times.
I know you supported the first Enchanter when he spoke out against Meredith. I hope you will be ready, should it come to picking sides.
Get stabbed again? By Armitage.
I took this fire gland from a high dragon just outside the city.
You killed a high dragon? Incredible. Let me see the fire gland.
Is there anything you can make from it?
This fire gland is a remarkable specimen. Wait here. I know exactly what I can craft from this. This turned out beautifully. Something worthy of our champion. I hope you can put it to good use.
I'm led to believe that both Huon and Evelina are dead. Unfortunate, but necessary. Emile de Lancey, however, turned himself in. Rather happily, I might add. I would have had him executed immediately. But the boy's father made an impassioned appeal on his behalf. What say you, champion? Do you believe Emile to be dangerous?
Stupidity can be dangerous, and he has that in spades.
His father implied as much. Very well. Emil will keep his life, though I will watch him closely.
I'm pleased to have played a part in keeping the city safe.
I bid you good day, champion. I appreciate your assistance, champion.
The first enchanter is playing a dangerous game. You would do well not.
Why do you even like me? I must seem so dull. What brought this on? Your life has been so exciting. The adventures, the duels, the passionate love affairs. Compared to that, my life is a stale, dry biscuit. I wish I had your life. No, you don't want my life. Why? Because you have a good heart, and you deserve better.
You've had luck on your travels? There's a letter for you. I can make it for you. Always at your service, sir.
I hope all is well, Master. I hope all is well, Master.
Why are you still here, Varric?
Starkhaven's too pretentious for me, and Cumberland's too boring.
You always say you hate commitment, but here you are, 6 years later, still at Hawke's side.
Daveline, I thought you'd have noticed by now. I lie a lot.
The first enchanter overstepped his bounds.
He was...
Do you never intend to give a public answer, Your Grace?
What have I been asked?
About the mages. You could calm this fire if you stepped forward.
The Chantry's teachings are clear. Those who turn against them would not listen more to me than to Andraste.
Then you do favor the Templars, Your Grace?
I favor peace, which is not the goal of either side, I'm afraid.
That is more apparent every day.
I did not expect things to deteriorate so fast. I thought after the Canary, no one would wish for more violence. It has drawn more attention than I would like. Sebastian, if I can ask...
Anything, Your Grace.
And the champion, too, if you will?
I am your humble servant.
You honor me. The Divine is concerned about the situation here. She does not want to see the Free Marches become another Imperium. She has sent an agent to assess the danger. Meet with her, please. Tell her drastic measures won't be required.
I don't want to see the Divine's armies march against Kirkwall.
Could we keep the Exalted marching to a minimum? I keep all my stuff in Kirkwall.
Surely the Divine wouldn't treat the whole city as enemies.
She is concerned. It is never wise to draw the concern of the powerful.
She is the voice of Andraste. She cannot turn the might of the Chantry against the innocent due to proximity.
Were no innocents harmed in the Exalted marches? She will do her best, Sebastian. But she must act first to protect the faith.
This cannot wait.
Thank you. We cannot allow this ridiculous mage rebellion to turn into holy war.
The agent, Sister Nightingale, will be waiting in the Viscount's throne room tonight. She wishes to remain unseen. The room has been sealed since the Canary incident. It may be difficult to get in without attracting attention.
Greetings, champion. May the Maker smile upon you.
Let me guess. That's your final answer?
3 mages have fled to Ferelden, and you have intervened to protect them, as if it is your right to do so. What other answer did you expect, Your Majesty?
A maybe might have been nice.
I do not deal in maybes. I deal in cold, hard facts. As should you. Perhaps when Ferelden next chooses a king, it will be one that takes his duty to the Maker seriously.
Well, that was awkward.
How do you do, Your Majesty?
I've been better. Manlier too, come to think of it.
This is the champion of Kirkwall.
Right, I'm Alistair. King of Ferelden. And this is Tegan, my uncle. Sort of.
I'm actually Tegan. I'm only sort of his uncle.
So, you're a king now. Moving up in the world.
Isabella, right? You look different.
Don't we all?
I was hoping we could talk. Would have been better timing before being emasculated by Meredith, but I'm not picky.
Things are looking up. It's not often I get called on to meet with foreign leaders.
I know you came here from Lothering, a Ferelden refugee that did well for himself, against all odds. I have to admit, I was hoping your influence in Kirkwall might be of use. Things haven't been going well with Orlais. Without a Viscount here, however, there's only the Knight Commander to deal with.
You were having an argument about mages?
Yes, well, apparently I don't feel the same way about mages as the Chantry does. So, we're in disagreement. That means they get nasty. They're like that.
Sounds like the Circle is better off in Ferelden.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Sadly, I don't control the Circle. I can only deal with mages outside the Circle, of which there aren't many.
Aren't they in your kingdom? Why not just kick the Templars out?
Ha! Easier said than done.
Perhaps some things are better left alone.
We'll see what comes of it. Ferelden had a blight to contend with, remember? We're not exactly at our strongest.
You were having an argument about mate.
So, we're in disagreement.
A lot of your people fled to Kirkwall, you know.
I know. I wish I could have helped them. Their blight devastated the kingdom, and afterwards, well, it hasn't exactly been peaceful. They're welcome back, of course, as are you. But after so many years away, would you still consider it home?
Kirkwall is my home now.
I understand. Ferelden's loss.
Do you really think there's something I can do?
Sadly, it may be too late. Meredith got wind of my arrival sooner than I'd hoped. What you can do is protect Kirkwall. It will take someone like you to keep it from falling apart.
Protect Kirkwall from what, exactly?
You ask me, the biggest threat to this city just walked out the door. But maybe that's the ex-Templar in me talking. Well, I suppose we should be getting back.
We should. The hero of Ferelden should be back in Denerim by now.
You're always so formal. He has a name, you know.
If you have any questions, talk to Knight Captain Curran.
After what happened here, I can't imagine anyone's eager to move into the Viscount's palace.
What is it?
I'm bored of this. We should do something fun.
So you found your brother?
I did. Wasn't expecting that.
I assume there was a time when you and he were friends.
With Bartrand? No. Just brothers. Okay.
Guardsmen, duties for the week will be...
Lowtown canvas. 5 on, 3 off.
City perimeter by 2s. Clear by 2nd watch.
Training recruits full metal by week's end.
Anything else, Captain?
No. Thank you. Donnic is a good man. I'm sorry, was there something you wanted?
You never said how your 3 weeks in Orlais went.
You're right. I didn't.
Ooh, shivery.
Anything else?
Your men could give the Templars a run for their sovereigns.
They've had to. As long as there's no Viscount, the Order thinks they can bark at any man in uniform. I won't have it. The people of Kirkwall need to see themselves in their guard. Lose that connection, we're just targets.
Kirkwall seems to have rallied around you.
I try to keep order, and people appreciate that. Everything else is going insane. A few complaints here and there, but for the most part, I think everyone's just glad the guard has been stable for a few years.
Just checking in. Need anything?
Blissfully quiet at the moment. I'm sure it won't last.
I'll see you later.
Of course, Hawk.
So who is Bianca?
My crossbow. Say hello, Bianca.
But why Bianca? You must have named her after someone.
Nope. Mirabelle was taken.
The way you fondle your weapon is disturbing.
Hey, I'm a perfect gentleman. In public.
Thank you for coming, champion. Few will associate with me now that I am the focus of Meredith's ire, which leaves me in a difficult position. She is not entirely wrong. I know some of my people are using dangerous means to oppose her, but I cannot seek the Templars' aid without making every mage a target.
What are they doing?
All I know is numerous mages have left the Circle at night, sometimes for days at a time. I'd rather not follow our Knight Commander by leaping to the worst possible conclusion. But the idea of blood magic has crossed my mind.
You need some assistance against traitors in your ranks?
Traitors? Perhaps. Rebels? Certainly. I don't know if they seek congress with demons or merely a walk in the moonlight. All I know is that a meeting is happening tonight in Hightown. I would go myself, but should I leave the tower without permission, Meredith would call it proof of my involvement.
Whatever they're doing, I'll put an end to it.
Use discretion. I would rather not deny my mages what small freedoms they can find. Just learn the nature of this meeting. You needn't interrupt unless you find proof of something sinister. I pray not, or Meredith will have what she needs to justify the right of annulment.
I notice you hardly ever comment on mages and Templars and such.
It's a lot of humans in skirts. I get them mixed up.
I highly doubt that. But the subject comes up all the time.
Tell...
Lethaline, I need to ask you for a favor. I thought the Arulin home would be the last thing I needed, but the Eluvian still won't work. I think I have to go back to the spirit that helped me at the start of all this.
Why do you think this demon will help?
He knows about the mirror. I don't know how much. He won't tell me everything, and it's dangerous to trust. He said he witnessed its forging. He told me how to cleanse it of its corruption. He must know how to make it work.
Summoning a demon can't possibly be the only way to fix the mirror. Someone else must know something.
The Eluvian was lost before Arlathan fell. The only creatures who would know anything about it are in the Fade. I've called to the spirit, but he doesn't seem to hear. He was sealed in an artifact on Sundermount. I have to look for him there. But if things go wrong, if he possesses me, I need you to strike me down.
What if you overpower me? What then?
You face down Kunari and Varterils and ogres. You can do this. There's no one else I trust. Lethaline, please, come with me. I don't want anything bad to happen.
Go to Marathari. Maybe there's an alternative to summoning the demon.
The Keeper would never help me. Why do you think I had to find the demon in the first place? The whole clan has moved on by now anyway. You'll never find her.
Welcome home, Maser. A new letter on your desk awaits your attention.
you so successful with men? You're not that pretty. Back to the barracks. I never tire of it.
You have no Viscount. It's clear you're suffering without sufficient leadership.
That doesn't grant default authority to you or your commander.
It would be easier if you cooperated.
Wouldn't it?
Guard, Captain.
Trouble?
Yes. He's been hounding me. These Templars strut around as it is, but now it's just out of hand.
Knight Captain Cullen has heard some troubling things.
Such as?
That you coddle the men. Give special treatment.
Someone has dared. Who? Who accuses me of this?
I think it's more important to answer the accusation.
You think it's true?
I think someone thinks it's true.
Then let me give them, and you, an answer. If they think I'm coddling anyone, it'll be my husband, Donnic. You and I will intercept his patrol tonight. Then you can see for yourself if I'm coddling him, or any in my command.
I don't have to see proof. I already believe you.
That's not the impression I got. You raised the doubt, so you get to play messenger. Donnic's patrol, Hawk. Me and you, tonight. Accuse me of being soft. Not in this lifetime.
I wonder if I should try coming back tomorrow?
Donnic will be on this route.
Let's see how hard you sweat your men.
Get them!
Counter reset!
That's the last. Sirrah Hawk. Or is it always champion now? You're too much of a chameleon, my friend.
Never mind, Donnic. I need to know if Aveline is giving you easy patrols.
Did I make this seem that easy? I assure you, my wife gives me no special treatment.
What a crime.
Yes, Isabella. That is something you would say. Tell me what's going on.
It's all right. Go ahead.
Every guard chooses the patrol they want. My wife promotes from the bold, not the reckless. Action is up, casualties are down. It is remarkable. As are you, love.
Thank you. That will do.
Another time, Sirrah Hawk. Safe travels.
That should be sufficient. Take that to the Templar.
Indeed. Let's go talk to Cullen.
Someone's coming! The champion!
We know you're spying for Orsino!
Run! We'll handle this!
Keep this up! Go down! Finish it! Need to get closer! Need to get closer!
Search them. There's got to be more than this.
All the most interesting things in Kirkwall happen in Hightown.
The Viscount's throne room has been sealed off since his death. A strange place for a holy sister to be. I can handle that. I can help with that. And...
Excuse me. Was in your way?
So, even the Divine fears us now. She should. Kill the spies!
Ready to die? What a waste! Need to get closer! Out of range!
The Resolutionists. I might have known they would be part of this.
Are you Sister Nightingale?
I am. Or you may call me Liliana. The Divine sent me to investigate the possibility of a rebellion here in Kirkwall. I have some experience in unconventional situations.
The Liliana, who accompanied the hero of Ferelden to slay the Archdemon.
Ah. I see it will be harder to remain anonymous so near the Ferelden border. Yes, I knew the hero of Ferelden. Perhaps you have heard the songs I wrote of our time together. But that was many years ago. I am working for the Divine now, in Orlais. I had not thought to return to this part of Thedas.
Who are the Resolutionists?
An offshoot of a fraternity within the Circle of Magi.
Supported by the Magisters.
There's no proof of that.
I bet a lot of mages think they'd enjoy Tevinter's freedoms, and completely forget that few ever achieve the power to enjoy them.
There have always been factions that support freedom from the Chantry, and the abolition of the Circle. We have tolerated them, but the Resolutionists have become violent. They are likely behind the unrest here.
I appreciate you stepping in back there.
Of course. They mistook you for me, so they must know I am in Kirkwall. The Divine has long suspected that Kirkwall's problems were spurred by an outside group. This attack proves she is right.
Are you saying you set this whole thing up?
I let word slip that an agent of the Divine was coming to investigate the Mage troubles. It is how they chose to react which condemns them.
Will the Divine send soldiers?
Divine Justinia takes the situation here very seriously. She believes it is the worst threat to Thedas since the Cunara invaded.
A handful of apostates? How can that possibly...
The whole world is watching Kirkwall. If it falls to magic, none of us are safe. Tell Elthina to leave. There is refuge for her at the Grand Cathedral in Orlais. She will not be safe here.
These mages are out of control.
Hello again, champion.
That was My father always said Viscount Dumar cared too much for his own importance, and not enough for Kirkwall.
Have you located any Qunari blades?
This is what I've found.
Do you require gold for this task?
It's customary.
Very well.
I'm waiting for Boris to relieve me. I've been standing here for hours. I never should have gotten involved with that cursed mine. For now, I am refocusing on mercantile as my primary business. I have some new items in store.
You've been watching me all day. It's getting a little distracting.
Meryl's right. Your armor is shiny. I can see myself in it. Look. Shit. Oh, shit. Is that a wrinkle? Is that a wrinkle between my brows?
I don't see...
Hold still.
Sister Nightingale says you must leave Kirkwall.
What? You were right. The Divine will be taking action against Kirkwall, though the sister didn't say what. You must take the holy relics from the Chantry and leave for safety.
Sebastian, I'm surprised at you. Andraste would not thank me for saving a few dusty finger bones and my own skin at the cost of people's lives.
You do no one any good if you're dead.
When I became Grand Cleric, I took a vow to the people of Kirkwall and the Free Marches. I will not leave my flock.
Would you let yourself die?
There is no greater devotion than to lay one's life at the Maker's feet. There is no better death than to take the blow for another.
Sister Nightingale took a great risk to warn you. Don't be rash.
Please, Your Grace. Sister Nightingale thinks there will be war.
Then, I must make peace. Settle yourself, Sebastian. I'm in no personal danger. I am Grand Cleric. Who would dare attack me?
If you will not shield yourself, then I will be your shield. You will come through this safely by the Maker's name. I swear it. If Althena won't leave Kirkwall, neither will I. I can't abandon her when the Divine's own agent warned her away.
The Grand Cleric is lucky to have your loyalty.
She'd be luckier were I willing to hit her over the head and carry her away. This isn't her battle. But if these Maleficarum rebel against the Knight Commander, Althena will put herself between them and be torn apart. I must try to make her see reason. This cannot end well. I'm giving it all up. I made a vow to the Chantry, and it was wrong to turn my back.
Sebastian, listen to yourself. You're as impulsive now as the day you turned away from us. Do you think the Maker wants another rashly spoken vow that you'll abandon when the next passion takes you?
I will not...
This is your life, child. Don't spend it being blown about like a weather vane. But here's Hawke. Maybe you can talk some sense into him.
Is the Grand Cleric upset with you?
She thinks I'm fickle, but I mean it. It was wrong for me to break my oath to the Chantry. I've turned against the Maker. And for what? Why would I want to rule Starkhaven and deal with jackals like Lady Harriman for the rest of my life?
Do you see yourself as a prince or a priest?
That's exactly the question I've been praying for guidance about. When I think of going to Starkhaven, calling on allies like Flora Harriman and all the corrupt, scheming nobles, my throat swells shut in horror. When I think about staying, I'm at peace.
If you give it up, what then?
I suppose I must convince Althena my commitment is sincere. Then I will remain here, to represent the Maker's interests as she thinks best.
You should ask what's best for your people, not just for you.
I do not have hubris enough to imagine it matters to the common people who rules them. Kirkwall does well enough with no one in the Viscount's seat. Someone will take the reins. The fields will be planted, the crops gathered. No one will notice that a Vale lives and isn't there, and I can devote my life to the Maker's will on Thedas.
You're wise to stay here. No one trusts a man who breaks his oath.
I cannot return to Starkhaven and subject my people to war without a clear sign that it's the Maker's will.
You smell that? Smells like repression, doesn't it?
Althena still won't listen. She's determined to ride this wave until it crashes on the rocks.
I hope you haven't come to try to talk me into leaving again. Kirkwall needs a steadying hand on its reins now more than ever. Orsino and the Knight Commander grow more fractious by the day.
There must be a way to satisfy both sides.
I pray you're right. I've been talking with them both. Orsino is not an unreasonable man. Surely a compromise can be reached. I hope you haven't come to try to talk. The Viscount lies dead. I will not leave my people to bear the price of war between the Templars and Maleficarum.
Welcome to the best little tavern in Kirkwall.
What's the word on the street?
People are really tense about the Mages and Templars. If they go to war, Kirkwall will be squashed in between.
Any other news?
There was a Templar in here yesterday. Says Meredith's been spending more and more time alone in her office. And if you walk by...
I saw you at the Chantry last week, Fenris, but I haven't seen you back since.
Got a minute, Hawke? I know this is ancient history, But remember that Hightown house Bartrand barricaded himself in? No point in keeping a house for a dead man. I've been trying to get rid of the place for ages now.
I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah, it's been a picnic so far. I found a minor noble in Ravain who bought the place sight unseen. But now there's a problem. They say the place is haunted.
Anyone who knew the house's history would attribute every noise in the night to ghosts.
I may have neglected to mention the mansion's colorful past to the buyer. They've noticed some minor problems. Voices whispering in the walls, apparitions, things moving on their own. My hope is it's a relic Bartrand brought back from the Deep Roads. We smash it, and the haunting stops.
Very well. We'll investigate the mansion. Again.
Thanks, Hawk. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
I was only delivering something. You needn't concern yourself.
But you were praying? Or was that part of the delivery?
I was trying to blend in.
Oh, yes. You wouldn't want to ruin your reputation.
Don't you have a city to reconquer?